Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for choosing again this channel to watch. We're doing this easy recipe. What we're making today is a falafel burger. As you can see, if I have the time, I always prefer to work with homemade, home-cooked chickpeas. I know you can get them in a jar or in a can, which is fine, and we do that too when we work, of course. But now with this quarantine, you're home, so why not choose to make stuff more homemade yourself instead of getting them from jars. One of you asked us if when we make these kind of burgers with chickpeas and all that, if you don't get gassy. I know it's not the most charming thing to talk about, but honestly guys, I noticed that when we get the chickpeas from the jar or the can, you know, from the supermarket, sometimes you can get gassy, yeah. So we don't eat that as much. But when you boil them yourself at home, I got these from the Dutch farmer. So it's you know, because you need to support your local farmers, and completely believe in that. And anyway, so yeah, when you get them from a farmer, like literally from a farm, and they brought to your home in one of these cute bags, you know, and you boil them yourself like this, you cook them yourself. For some reason, you don't have to worry about being gassy. It doesn't happen at all. So yeah, so these have been soaking for a whole night and a whole day. So I started soaking them yesterday evening around 7 p.m. and it's now the next day and it's 8 p.m. so it's really about 24 hours. So but they're done. I just took one out. Who uses a fork to take this kind of stuff out? Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, so they're done. Look, see? Oh, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna take them off the fire, and then we're gonna continue with this falafel burger recipe, you guys. So what this recipe is for burgers, all right? Just for burgers, not huge burgers, just normal burgers. Four. So what I do is I use one of these, and that's how I drain them, because you will be needing about 150 grams of chickpeas. So that's how I do it. 150 grams of chickpeas, and I made extra because later on this week I'm going to be ending the month of fasting. As you guys know, Muslims fast, you know, like the Jews and the Christians do. It's not different, but the only different with us is that we do it for 1 month from sundown to sunset, and in between we don't eat a thing, not a candy, not chewing gum, not a drop of water, like, because that's sometimes what people ask. Nothing at all, you guys, like complete fasting. So so we've been doing that for the last month, and Saturday will be the last day, so I will be celebrating that, since I can't be with my mom, which I miss a lot, and I can do the Moroccan traditional meals. I will be making for me and Mike the couscous, and for the couscous you need chickpeas, one of the stuff that makes couscous so delicious. So I made extra. So yeah, but for this recipe I'm just going to use 150 grams. So let's do that. So 150 grams. Why am I singing? All right, you get the point. 150 grams. This is 109, so I need a little bit more, and then come back to you. Guys, by the way, I might be doing a Disney Dole Whip, homemade, so be on the lookout for that recipe, okay? Mark is watering the plants. This lavender smells so delicious, you guys. Look, for the first time, we've had it for a year, and for the first time it's now getting these little nice purple flowers. Beautiful. But this is not why we're here. This is why we're here. Look, we have these like 100% disinfecting wet towels. Every time we get something from the mail, we disinfect the whole door and everything. But all right, so here we are, guys. Let's do this. So for this recipe, we need 1 onion. You don't have to chop it like real small because it's all gonna go into your kitchen machine. Okay, so 1 onion. If you love garlic, which I do, but also I don't because of the breath it gives you, add a little, I don't know, 2 pieces of garlic. Just 2 little small things, not like complete garlics, but 2 small things that you can break off. Okay, so 1 onion, about 15 grams of parsley. Wash it thoroughly, cleanse it, add it in there, about 15 grams. About 1 teaspoon of sun-dried tomato. Can you guys see them? They're right there. 1 teaspoon of sun-dried tomato. Here I have a little less than 1 teaspoon of salt and around ½ teaspoon of cumin powder. Here I have 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce and a ½ teaspoon of, we call it sambal, but this is the hot stuff, like the hot chili, like the real stuff, about ½ teaspoon. About the tomato sauce, I said 1 tablespoon. It's just because I love tomato sauce in there, but you guys just be on the safe side and keep it around 1 teaspoon instead of 1 tablespoon. And here I have a ½ teaspoon of what we call the green pepper seeds. Do you guys know these? Let me show you how the little jar looks like. Just a little bit of that. So here we have 1 fresh lemon squeezed. So it's not lime, but you know, the citrusy kind, the yellow one. 1 whole lemon, just squeeze it. And like I said, 150 grams of chickpeas, and then some buns that you want to use for the burger. And you can either go with 100 grams of flour, all-purpose flour, or 100 grams of breadcrumbs. What I do with these kind of recipes is that since everything is cooked, you just need to add them, to throw them in your skillet, you know, just to give them the crusty outside. I don't tend to use flour for these kind of recipes because, you know, flour is really floury and you don't know what happens because these kind of burgers don't take too long to bake. So just to stay on the safe side and to make sure that everything in there is baked, cooked, ready, and everything, use breadcrumbs. Okay, so about 100 grams of breadcrumbs. So that's it, you guys. We're just gonna mix all these together in the order that I will be sharing with you, and then you're done. We can make burgers.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Well, actually, no. After we do the mix, you have to let it about sit for 10 minutes in the fridge to kind of solidify a little bit. So let's do that. It smells really good, you guys. So yeah, so in your kitchen machine, add everything except the chickpeas and the breadcrumbs, except these 2. Everything else that I showed you, the ingredients, add them in there, and then we're gonna mix them. So, you know, don't turn it like in a very smooth puree, but just keep it like this, more or less. Can you see?
No puree.
No puree, no puree, no. All right, so now, oh, you guys, and it smells so citrusy and so fresh. Now we're gonna add...
It's like me.
Like you, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, you used to have the citrusy smell fragrance. Used to love that.
Yeah.
I forget the brand of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now we're gonna add the chickpeas and then again mix it in there, but don't turn it into fluid puree, you guys. So just, you know, don't. Well, like I said, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't overdo it. Yeah, exactly. So something like this. To tell you the truth, guys, you can actually use this as a dip for your chips. If you want to use this as a dip for your chips, then puree it all the way because it will be perfect with Doritos. But for now, that's not what... Puree all the way. Puree, it rhymes. Puree all the way. I can make a mix of this. Anyway, so yeah, this is what you want to end up with. And now, gradually, we're going to add the breadcrumbs until we see that it feels like, yes, this is okay. We can make burgers out of this without having it falling apart, if you know what I mean. Mike, cut out the noise. I'm trying to say something here.
Oh, wow.
All right, so let's do that gradually. So guys, you should end up with something like this. See? It looks like it's really dry, but it isn't. Look, can you see the juices? And you have to be able to make a burger. No doubt about that. Something else that I love about using the breadcrumbs instead of flour is that it makes it really crusty. It makes it like the crusty burger from The Simpsons. So that's it. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 6 to 7 minutes, and then we're gonna bake them and finish them. One little correction, you guys. This is not how you let it sit. First make the 4 burgers. So I'm gonna make the 4 burgers and then let the burgers sit for 10 minutes in the fridge on one of these baking paper.
Not on the couch.
Not on the couch. No, we are on the couch. All right, so make the burgers and then let them sit for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm making the burgers, you guys, and they're really solid. Maybe I used a little bit too much breadcrumbs. Not really sure. But like I said, everything is cooked, so you can't go wrong. Everything is cooked and there's nothing in there that's really raw. Why am I using this little...
I don't know.
Little thing.
I saw you do it and I thought, well...
For 3 burgers. You should have warned me and stopped me. Yeah, so yeah, you get the idea. Make your burgers.
Gist.
You get the gist. That's the word I was using. I was searching for. Yeah, get the gist. I'm gonna make.
It's looking very festive.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They do smell divine. They smell so healthy and fresh.
And that's just me.
Yeah. Right. My little chickpea bun burger. All right. So this, and then in the fridge for 10 minutes. Maybe. So there they are, after almost 15 minutes in the fridge. See, they look like they can withstand the baking in the oil. Guys, Mike was just showing me the new restoration of Charlie Chaplin's The Immigrants, and look it up, you guys. It's still fun. He's still funny. He's still 2020 funny. That guy was a genius. Anyway, let's do this. Oh, by the way, Mike tasted a little bit of the mixture, what was left of it, and he said that it was a little bit too citrusy, if you know what I mean. Maybe I used
sour. I'm not sure if that's
a little bit sour. Maybe I used a little bit too much citrus juice. But let's wait how the citrus was big, and I was afraid of that. But I thought, you know what, it's gonna make it fresh. But I don't know. We'll let you guys know if you should use the juice of a whole citrus or maybe just a little bit less. Let's just see how it turns out after we bake it. All right, so get one of these skillets, just cover the bottom with olive oil. We want to keep it healthy. If you don't have olive oil, then sunflower oil, is fine. So yeah, but just cover it. Don't be too cautious, because they do need to suck up a little bit of oil to bake them well and make them crusty. So yes, we want to keep it healthy, but just make sure that there is like a decent amount of oil in there. Not too much, but you get it. You know what I mean? See?
Yeah.
Something like this. So heat it up and then bake them. They're gonna take about 4 minutes per side, but again, it depends on how high your fire is. So just keep turning them until they get this brownish, goldish color that they should get, considering what's in this burger. So guys, to know that the oil is hot enough, just throw whatever crumbles off your burger in there, and when it does this, you know that it's good. But I've also learned from Italian chef that you get a toothpick and you add it in there, hold it in there, and when it kind of gets these bubbles around the toothpick, you know that the oil is ready. So yeah, let's do this. The skillet is big enough, so I think I can fit them in there all 4 at the same time. Meantime, have something ready like this with kitchen towels for the excessive oil that will come off of it. But so far so good, and they do smell good. So again, about 3 to 4 or 5 minutes max per side. Or until you see that, you know, they're solid enough to turn them around and you notice that they're goldish brown. So guys, make sure that you use 2 things to grab them, you know, and like keep them together when you turn them around. Otherwise, they might fall a little bit apart, and you know, it's chickpeas burger, so they will always fall a little bit apart. Don't worry about that. As long as you have this still, you're good to go. And they're really delicious and very, very healthy. That's what we do this little trouble to make these burgers. And they smell divine. It smells really, really good. But yeah, just gonna have to wait and taste them for you. So there they are. When you take them out of your skillet, let them cool off for about 5 minutes at least, and that also helps them to solidify a little bit more. Meanwhile, the buns are fresh from the oven. Oh, look at this. Oh, Kaiser little breads. Kaiser big breads. Hey, they're fit for a Kaiser. You know what Kaiser means, you guys? It means an emperor. So they're fit for an emperor. Anyway, yeah, so let them cool off a little bit so that they can gather themselves again, and then you know, use them as a burger with toppings and tomatoes and cheese and all that. So guys, there it is. We didn't forget the lettuce. We got it, but for some reason it looked weird. So we decided
it wasn't good anymore.
It wasn't good, although it was just brought yesterday. So I think somehow. Anyway, so yeah, with a little bit of lettuce would have been perfect, but this is what it is. It's good as it is. Gonna enjoy this, and if you guys make this at home, please let us know how yours came out. Thank you so much for watching. Always, we love you. Big hug from me and Mike. Enjoy your meal. If you're fasting, happy iftar, and if not, then happy wherever. Happy meal. Happy
meal.
Happy meal. Hey, happy meal. All right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, you guys. That helps us. Love you. Bye-bye. One last look. Oh, you guys. Perfect. It's a wrap. Guys, I think this speaks for itself. This is how I took the plates off the table. They were really, really delicious. Honestly. So, this will be worth your time.